Video 2, I'm going to show you how to get decent views in 3D of your model that you've previously coloured in the previous vid. So a couple of things you want to do to start with. First one is I would recommend getting rid of this faded coloured background. It's very subtle at the moment, but I'll show you the difference. If we were to snip this, so I did Windows Shift S there on the keyboard and put it in PowerPoint, it doesn't look great because we've got this sort of blurry background and it doesn't allow us to put objects or pictures close together when we're presenting our work. So if you go to here and choose plain white instead, you get what it says on the tin, plain white background. You will probably also have shadows and reflections turned on by default. I would turn both of those modes off. And you guys will probably have the option under here for real view graphics. I don't have this because, as I've mentioned before, my graphics card in the laptop won't allow it. You have to have a dedicated graphics card, but your workstation should. So if you have real view graphics, turn that on, and anyway, it will make the textures look more realistic. You'll get proper shiny reflections and rubber texture and whatever else for different material types. Anyway, so get that plain white background, take a snip of it, Windows Shift S when you've got a view that you're happy with, paste it onto your PowerPoint slide. Now what I'm going to show you here is a little benefit of going with a white background that you don't get with a blue one. If I go back and take another snip, say from the front, Windows Shift S is your friend for snipping. Okay, I'm going to paste that in. Right, all very well at the moment, but say I was running out of room on my pages and I wanted to get these guys a lot closer to present them, okay? I get this issue where they run into each other and the object gets clipped by this white background. With a white background, you can actually set the white to be transparent. So what you do is you pick your picture, go picture format, color, set transparent color, and just click in the white area. Now, you might have to click twice. It doesn't look like it's done anything, but if you drag the image now, actually, I need to do it on both of these pictures, so I'm going to do it on this one as well. Picture format, color, set transparent color, and click. There we go. Can you see what that's done? I can now actually, I could, if I wanted, almost superimpose stuff. I don't need to, but it gives you much more options when you're trying to present lots of detail close together on a page and make it look really professional. Okay, much better than you can do with these because you end up with this kind of horrible sort of naff effect in between. All right, so there's tip number one: white background and set transparent color. Okay, second thing you want to do is just make sure the views you're actually getting are decent. Now you want a combination of what I call 3D views, sort of looking at it, you know, on an angle, and maybe two-dimensional views where it's appropriate. Now you can just spend ages faffing with a mouse trying to get it lined up, or you can click under here and you should be able to select a view by default. So for instance, if I click this, I should get a front view, or in this case a rear view, and then some of you might have the cube. All right, you can rotate that around. There's my side view, and you can get nice images like that. Windows Shift S is your friend. Okay, so start getting enough views that will explain your model. If your model has moving parts, like, you know, a bit that comes out, or whatever it may be, then, or a lid that opens, and you've done enough to animate that, then get screenshots of it in its different states: lid open, lid closed, dial turned, lever up, hinge open, whatever it may be. The more you can show, the better. So that's good, all very well and good. You can adjust your views, great. Where this program becomes really powerful is when you learn about something called cross-section views. Now you may have played with this already. This is the cross-section tool up here. If you click it, it may just jump to a default work plane. You can, if it's not where you want, basically what it does is it slices the view wherever you pick. Now, it may start, if nothing appears, it's because it started out over there behind your object, okay? And all you need to do is go selected plane, and then you can actually pick a part of your object to start slicing from. So for instance, with selected plane chosen, if I pick this big flat area there, you see it's changed the orientation of my slicing. And you'll have probably spotted if I drag the arrow back and forth, I can change the cross section. So say I wanted to get a view of this detailed axle area here. That's all good. I'm going to click the tick when I'm happy with it, and then just let it do its thing. There we go. I've got an amazing view now where I can show clearly to someone that's interested how this axle arrangement actually works. I can see there's a thread in there, I can see it passing through the brake. Worthy of another screenshot. Job done. All right, get that guy on a page. So I would recommend, where you've got lots of stuff going on inside your object, get yourself 2 or 3 what are called section views. Okay, you may even want to slice it like that. It might look good. To come out of section mode, you just click the tool again and it will bounce back. Okay, so I'm also going to do a section through this sort of clamp arrangement here. So I'm going to start by picking the top of that first before I click the section tool. There we go. And I can now slice my view right down the center. That looks pretty good. Click the tick when you're happy with it. Okay, and now I've got a really nice diagram where I could explain to someone how all that's going to work. However, if I look at the view how I want it to, it's a bit annoying because all of this stuff's still in view. There's another little cool feature you've got in SolidWorks. You can hide stuff. So if you select it, all the things you don't want, so I'm going to drag a box around them and right click on them. Sorry, let's try that again. Select them all. Let's try that again. Right, select all of those, right click over here and choose the little eye icon. It will make them all invisible, just temporarily. It's not deleted them, it's just made them temporarily invisible so that I could get my screenshot of just that bit there if that's what I wanted and stick it on my page. Remember, you are trying to explain your drawing visually. The better job you do of explaining it with pictures over a series of pages, the less typing and written work you've got to do. This is your incentive, okay? If you want to get all those images back again, you can just do Control-Z, I believe. There we go, and they'll come back into view. Don't do Control-Z too many times or you might undo your model. Remember, get rid of your section by clicking that. Excellent, done. All right, say you had one part in particular that you wanted to focus on and you don't want to go around hiding everything. So say I wanted to focus on this guy here, this brake drum. You can right click on it and you can choose Isolate. And what that will do is literally, as it says on the tin, it will isolate that part. You can get your screenshot of it, dump it onto your PowerPoint, and I'm starting to run out of space here and I probably need to do some more white background stuff. Let's just do that to remind you. Click picture format, color, set transparent color, click, click. There we go, now I can get that in nice and close. Yeah, anyway, so going back to SolidWorks, you'll see that it gives you a little menu. Sometimes it dumps it over here. If you just click exit isolate, it'll take you back to where you were. All right, fantastic. So do that now. Get yourself a series of, I don't know, as many as you can really, views from different angles that really show off and explain how your drawing works. In my case, this pivots, or it should do, there we go. So this is kind of, it's a bit slow because my computer's struggling with this at the moment, but we can kind of see how my steering works. This bit will go after the steering rack and it'll be pulled left and right, and then the wheel will be on this axle. You might want to get a view of it at a different angle in my case, right? So I would take a snip of it then, but whatever, all right? But as I said, follow those tips in this video: white background, snipping tool, turn off shadows, set the transparent color in PowerPoint. If you're using Publisher, can't help you. That's why I say use PowerPoint. Anyway, tune into video 3, which is going to show you how to create something called an exploded view, which is very cool, and is probably the last set of views you need.